All right. So, as I alluded to earlier, Boris was one of the players that I played a warm-up game with and played intentionally poorly during the warm-up and lost the warm-up game, just to get my brain going, but, as kind of a mild psychological attack against my opponents, so they'd think I was weaker than I actually was. And let's just say for the two opponents that I did that with, it was very effective. More effective than I could have dreamed. But here we go. Here we go. This is a really fun game. So far, pretty normal, right? He's back. What's up, Clacky69? How you doing? You're just getting in the start of round 2. This was the first day. This was the afternoon game at Burning Board in North Carolina last week, on last Thursday. And yeah, so far pretty normal. Good. Nice. And yeah, I had a lot of fun at Burning Board. Really fun to play serious games. So proud of my result. My first tournament as a shodan. So proud. Ridiculously proud. Yeah, so far this is all really normal. The extension here, this is like an AI move. After the pincer. And white can do lots of different things. White often can cover. They can actually a good move for white now is to enclose, or even enclose high here. Just white can do lots of things. So I think they took some time to think about that. They took some time to think about that. And this player warned me ahead of time. He's like, I like to take a lot of breaks during my games. Where the game's faster because of the burning. The burning and the itching. No, no, they were 1 hour long games, 5 by 30 seconds. Interesting to Tanuki this pincer. In this position, it's normal to Tanuki the pincer. And enclose in the upper left. Otherwise, white gets sente to approach the upper left, and it's way too big for white. Way too big for white. Enclosing, I felt this enclosed was the softer of the options. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I approached here right away. And this Blackstone still has a lot of Aji, so I can use it later if I need to, and it can always run out if it needs to. Is this Saki? Hey, is this Saki? This is my video recording of my games last week at Burning Board. It's the top-down camera view. So we are just watching the games in real time together. I can talk a little bit about what I was thinking. Why approach high versus low? In this case, low approach didn't feel right. So if I approach low, and we just play something normal like this. Like, this doesn't feel that great for black. Official tournament game, that's correct, yes. This doesn't feel that great for black on this side of the board with this enclosure down here. After the pincer, and there's not a really good way to make it feel good. So high felt right to me. High felt right. but I was not expecting this diagonal, and I wasn't really sure what to do. Paragirl likes to approach high because the Joseki are simpler. The high just kind of feels like I settle easier along this bottom edge, just in general. But this got messy in ways I did not expect. R3 was probably a mistake, to be honest. So I'm trying to revert back to something, more familiar. Thanks, Izusaki. Glad you like it. Q5 is quite bizarre. Yeah, but it worked for him. Did you set in? Yes, I'm using Sabaki, and I'm using a custom theme in Sabaki that I made myself for this. So the game's about to get real exciting. Real fast. +1 for the setup. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. This is where the excitement starts. Q5 is unusual with the high approach, in my opinion. So because I approached high, the Kosomi is a little bit weird. High approach, you would expect white to attach, in general, or pincer directly. But the diagonal is just a little strange. So of course, I'm not gonna go down without fighting a fight, right? I'm not just gonna let them surround this over here. So after we Hane and they connect, I'm not gonna be like, okay, take whatever, and have them come over here. That would be just too sad. So we gonna fight. We gonna fight now. Let's fight. So I was expecting, oop, I was expecting just to jump out. Yep, and then I would push my way out over here. Why not N4 and O3? N4. Oh, just attach and Hane to just settle? Yeah, but then they get this over here for free, right? I didn't want them to have that much for free. So yeah, I read out this peep and jump. If they try to cut, then we Atari and then we take these stones over here. Gosh, I'm playing way faster than I felt I was playing. Not sure if I like L3. That's fair. It looks really stupid now, doesn't it? Like L3 is all by itself. Like, please, I'm lonely. Help me. Somebody let me extend to H3, please. Anytime. White could just do this and White would be fine. White would be fine right now. But they want to kill me. They want to kill me. They don't want to just take a big territory. Yeah. White's getting strength for nothing. So you're right. You're right. It's a better result. I mean, if they played it that way. Or K4, yeah, they could K4 as well. Absolutely. After this, they can just do this. And then it's just over, right? They get the thing that I didn't want to give them. But black is all in on killing this. I don't know. I don't know if I just knew my opponent's mind or what. But I could tell they just wanted to kill me. And I was trying to use that against them. But yeah, wait, like still has options. after this. I mean, they can still play here. I have to drop down, and then they connect, right? One way or another, and then I'm... This is tough. Yeah, if I get enclosed, it's a tough game, but I can always run to the top. Because every move I make, they have to play 2 moves to keep me enclosed. Oh, right, and I can live locally at, like, O2. Yeah. L5 instead of making a base. Yeah, well, L5 was Sente to cut these 3 stones off, so that gives me more shape to come back. T2? Yeah, T2 just lives. You're right. Y'all are right. So I was going all in on attacking this as well. What are these bowls? These are Ingstone bowls. They're rectangular, and they have a mechanism inside that has a spring on it, and it counts the exact amount of stones you need. And I guess it helps with Chinese counting as well. And then you push down the little spring when you play, and you get access to all the stones. So yeah, I think White should just come back and kill these. I'm not sure why they blocked there. That block is kind of funny, right? So now I finally come back and play on the weak side. Like, Q8 was completely unnecessary, I feel. So let's say it went like this, and I push, and they block, and I cut. The Atari extend. Maybe they just didn't want a small side like this? Something like that? Yeah. It might just be like that. Did they just give me a Sente again down here with this push? Oh, they expect me to Hane right away. Yeah, 2, 4, yeah, hexagons, sorry. Hexagons. Q8 was bad? Yeah, Q8 seemed bad. "30 stones per layer, 6 layers deep." Aha, yes. Thank you, Paragirl. You know the ins and outs of the ing. You know the ings and outs. H3 for sure. I don't play H3 though. Spoilers. White should have played H3, I think. Are those a thing? I mean, I don't know. All the sets seemed fairly old. What material are the stones? It seems like they were either Yunzi or glass. I think they were Yunzi stones. So yeah, now I'm building a fair amount of strength here. So when I sent the SGF to Oddness, he complained that it took me till move 40 to enclose this corner. Which now that I'm seeing that I'm alive down here, that makes sense. You like black now? Me too. Me too. I was feeling pretty good about this game at this point. But yeah, T2 just lives, so I should have enclosed way earlier. Just taking this right away. I'm feeling good. Yeah, I have a weak group here. I have, you know, space everywhere, but the game is actually quite even because White has a huge corner. I think when I uploaded these to OGS, OGS wants me to take like this move right away. Yeah, white was leading until they played Q8. That seems right. Just to erase this territory here. Not sure what it expects me to do after this, but maybe something like this. You know, something like this. Yeah, not completely white yet. Black and still 3-3. That's also true. How would that work? Something like this. Just live? Yep, you're right. What if white blocked the other way? Then it's even easier, right? Yeah, then it's even easier. For sure, for sure. I expected, I expected white to cut right away. And then I was thinking it would be something like this. Maybe not that. Probably this. But now that I look at it, that was a bad plan. So yeah, white should definitely cut right away. Maybe I was just planning on this type of thing. And then just live. That would work too. That would work too. Cut is bad because of L8 and M8. Oop. Ah. Oh, hold on. And then we just push, right? Right. Block. Atari. Connect. Oh, I got you. I got you. Yeah, that's why it's bad. That would be a disaster for white, actually. Which is why they just backed off. Uh-huh. Not push, just connect. No, the push would be fine. Push is good. Really cut them off. Cut them apart. Maybe not. You're probably right. You're saying, like, do... You want to just connect here? And then attack more? Push doesn't work? Because of this? It works. This works. Or what else can... No, we already discovered this one. They cut first. We take J7. Oh. I don't know. I'm not sure about that one. It's a tough call. Tough call. Okay. Then you L8. Haha. Right, so I finally enclose, and they're like, how dare you? This move was very unusual. Um, so yeah, normally this would be a thing if white had something over here, but white doesn't. So I decided to clamp. I don't know if clamp is really that great, but my hope was that I would create like white would just come out, and I would have now I have a weak group here and a weak group here to harass. That was my truest hope in my heart. So I thought this would be okay for me. I thought this would probably be okay for me. Yeah, they're just trying to wreck stuff now. So this is another move. This would be better if white had a move over here. Yeah, L7 is good too. For sure. I got a strong feeling that white really didn't know these variations. And I had studied these variations in Sakata Ao's book, and those included a stone here, which was really important. So white got a little extra here, but... And they got Sente. I almost Tanuki'd here, because it wasn't that big to capture the... Well, it was fairly big to capture the 2 stones. Because this solves all of my Aji here, plus I get a large corner and a wall. I felt really good about this result. I felt so good about this result. Like, ridiculous. So I got everything I was supposed to have anyway. The only thing I gave up was Sente. And now I have thickness facing where the way my stones want to go anyway. So I felt pretty good about this. I thought this was a terrible set of exchanges for white. Maybe not. Terrible's a strong word, right? Terrible's a pretty strong word. I just didn't think it was that good. That good of an exchange for white. It erased the Aji I had in the corner, gave me thickness in a direction that I wanted to have thickness, which is this area. Yeah, the bottom felt a little bit dangerous. I mean, I can always H3 just to live, and then I have ways to just come out over here. Like, just this gets me pretty far out to the center. So I wasn't too worried. And this probably lives me. I really think white should really just push here, right? What is white's plan for the center group? To die. The Panuki is on the side that white has strength already. Yeah, so it's almost a meaningless Panuki, right? Almost meaningless. I expect you to die, Mr. Bond. Oh, that was so funny. My significant other... So I told you guys about the warm-up game that I lost against this player, right? And afterwards, he was like explaining to me how to play, right? And so I was like, yeah. Just keep that feeling of superiority, buddy. Just wait. Inside, I was like, my plan is working. And my significant other is like, I really didn't want his name to be Boris because Boris is a Bond villain and it's so stereotypical, you know, etc. And I'm like, well, I am a 001 on Twitch. I'm a 00. And she was like, "Oh, it's perfect then, She's like, "I really wanted you to win because of how he was explaining the game to you after the warm-up game. I wanted you to crush him, so I was so happy that you won." Spoilers, spoilers. Spoilers, no spoilers. If you're in my Discord, you already know the result of this game. You just don't know how we got there, right? You just don't know how we got there. So this game is pretty exciting, pretty exciting. White's a little too passive. Yeah, K17's really strange. K17 is really strange. Like, the placement is just so odd, right? Like, if they wanted a two-space extension, why wouldn't they play here? So that if I approach, they have a two-space extension this way, and if I come from the other way, like, they have the two-space extension here. So their placement is just really, really odd. Now that I've approached this way, they have to actually attach here to have a two-space. The real M was Elizabeth all along. Elizabeth II. So yeah. K17 is just really strange placement. Maybe they thought I would drive them towards my wall, which is a reasonable assumption. But yeah, now they have to just jump out. And so since I knew there was some Aji in here, I decided to take probably a slow move with this. Because then, I can connect through. H17 seems odd. Yeah, the idea with H17, like normally you would drive them towards your thickness. But with this, it makes it too... Whoop. If I did it that way, it would make it too easy for them to make a base, right? So they get a base easily here. Whereas when I approach this way, they didn't have space to make maybe a one-space base or attach to make a base. So approaching from this side gives them a group that makes them no points, which was my reasoning. I didn't want them to have an easy time to make a base. White should definitely play at the bottom. I agree with you. Why play Mary 17 at all? So I played that because of the counter clamp. Compared to R11. That's fair. That's fair. Yeah. This was slow. It was slow. But I just felt like there was too much Aji in here otherwise. I didn't want to deal with it. And not that my reasoning is correct, Paragrill, as we all know, but that was my reasoning. White should have ignored? Yeah. I think AI wants the cut right away from White. Which makes sense. It would go something like this. And then they can make some shape up here. I think that'd be a reasonable way to play for White. But what did White do? White did something else. I think White attached here? And I ignored? Is that what happened? No, and then I did this one, I think. I think that's what happened. We'll see. We'll see. See if I remember. White can't allow you to get some strong shape, otherwise the P16 stones are in a lot of danger. Yes. Yep. And I was thinking if I surrounded this whole area, like if I killed the P16s and surrounded this whole area, then I'd be far in the lead. But if White takes that time to seal this off, then the game is fairly even, is what AI says about it. So my opponent actually ran the game through AI Sensei and sent me a link to that. It was fairly interesting. It was fairly interesting. White is not using their Panuki. No, they sure aren't. Q12. Yeah, the Q12 cut is just so... That's just what should happen, right? I can't remember if this is where my opponent took a restroom break or not. Or J7. This cut? J7 seems big too, yeah. I really think White should start here, though. If they're gonna attack the bottom, they should really start here. And then probably cut. I think I can make two eyes, though. They can do this one. This solves their problems with this group, though, in kind of a Sente way. Like, Black lives, but it costs things, right? What is the time control? It's a 1 hour main time and 5 by 30-second Baoyomi. Quite a long game. Quite a long game. This game doesn't last terribly long, though. Yeah, he attached. All right. That's what I remembered, and let's see what I do. I'm pretty sure I take this jump now. P4 is mostly alive. Yeah, Q12 is big, though. You're right, it's not completely alive, but it's mostly alive. I think White should definitely, like, after this, White should definitely cut here now, though. Because this just kills the two stones, right? Like, there's no other way to look at it. It seems like it does. Well, it's tricky though, right? Black plays here. Oh, maybe not. No, that doesn't work. Wah. Oh, wait, no, we have double Atari. Doesn't really work. I missed the game. We're going over 3 games today, so we're midway through game 2. Why not Atari from above? That's a great question. So let's do that variation. Then what do I do? Yeah, this was slow. This was super slow. This was like saying, "Hey buddy, guess what? You got a cut here. Hey buddy, you got a cut here. You got a cut it. Q12. Hey, did you know there's a cut?" I was like, "Yes, I know there's a cut." The other above. Oh. Oh, right. Sorry. This one? That could work, but that surrounds these stones. Yeah. Which are mostly alive, but as we've been talking about, they're not all the way alive. So yeah, I played this kind of tiger's mouth to make a connection between these and a loose connection over here, and then really threaten this group. I kind of expected after this that white would peep here to make some additional shape, and then go for something like this. This was my expectation. But after this turn, it gets pretty wild. It gets pretty wild for both players. I think I'd have to resort to something like this. I'm not sure though. Yeah, it gets wild after that. I think I win that capture race though. Seems like it's winnable for me. I don't get white's last 10 moves, so whatever, I'll just watch, lol. You can't predict what white's gonna do. Interesting. Yeah, so just making shape here felt really good. And white's group is still under a lot of pressure. White has 3 baseless groups. If any of them die, black should be winning. That's exactly how I was feeling. Exactly how I was feeling. Okay, they took some Sente, that's fine. Really nothing to think about there for white, or for black. And so now I was expecting after this that black would just play here right away. Or even play something like this to try and connect them together. This is my game. Yeah, so this is one of my burning board games from last week, Bug Kitten. I went to North Carolina and played an IRL tournament in North Carolina called Burning Board, and I actually came away with a record of 4-2. I got first in my section and got this little trophy here, and I placed 3rd overall. It's my first tournament as a shodan. So I video recorded all of my games, and we're coming back and we're watching them together in real time and doing a brief review and kind of, just seeing what we see. Yes, so right up there you see black is Daniel ML, white is Boris, both 1-dans. AGA 1-dans. So yeah, this felt really good, this exchange here. Nice, congrats, thanks! Yeah, I got a trophy and a little bit of prize money even, so that was pretty cool. And then black did something completely unexpected. So I played here. I would expect white to play this way, right? And take a few forcing moves here before coming back and playing something like this, right? Look what white did. Look what white did. Sorry for being obtuse. No, you're fine. You're fine. You're totally fine. Look. Look what white did. Alexander Gabe, thanks for the follow. Really appreciate you. White played there. Can you believe that? And I'm like, inside, there was an evil laugh. Like, this was inside myself. Inside myself during the tournament. And I played here. Yeah, Mary 14 was real. So was L14. Or wait, Mary 13. Mary 13 was real. Yeah, it was definitely a do you know who I am moment? And then I played, inside myself, of course. And then I played here. So now, of course, they trying to live. Taking away the eye shape. Well, my opponent was pretty confident that they would live, but letting themselves get this group surrounded, that was and this doesn't actually make eyes for this group, so this group is still really weak. So they should have, I don't know. It didn't seem right. They didn't take their Sente first, right? And this group is like really strongly surrounded now, like this one is. And this one. So they have two almost dead groups that are the size of a quarter of the board. Whereas, like, instead of like this, they could have played from this side trying to connect, like a pretty long extension like over here. That's my opinion. So now I was reading all kinds of things after this attach, like if they pushed this way and we blocked and they did this, then we can push down. If they try to connect under, then we just got them, right? We just got them. So that didn't work for white. If white does this, it's like not an eye, right? I was expecting something like this. Oh wait, that's an eye. Oh, they could have lived that way? Oh wait, no, I don't need to do that. Ah, or do I? Right, I could play this way first. And then do that. Right, okay. That's why. And then what else? The thing I didn't really consider is this one. And I'm wondering if I can just drop down here. Because this is the one that happened, right? If they played this way, then we're fine. Yeah. So I actually made a mistake here. This analysis setup is so cool. Thanks so much, Bug Kitten. Because they clamped and I could have dropped down, right? Oh, the problem is, once I drop down, what if they play up then? Right, no, I can't just do that if they play up. Because then yeah, okay. So maybe it just had to be a ko, right? After O3, P2 not block. Oh, right, yeah, you're right. Anyway, now it's a ko. And And now I'm nervous. I'm like, oh no, if this group lives, it's gonna be super annoying. I was hoping to just finish off the game like I did my evil laugh inside, right? And they have local threats. Lots of local threats. Go for everything, exactly like Hog. This game was exciting. Game was exciting. You know, it wouldn't be my game if we didn't have a co for everything on the board. So this is a threat because it threatens to kill, like, their whole group, pretty much. So they blocked. What was their next threat? I think it was another push like that. I think it was like P7. You use your iPad to do games? Yeah. That's what my first opponent did. So yeah, I think it's P7. Yeah, it's P7. I mean, there's nothing to think about with these co-threats, right? Just block. It's fine. I'm like, okay, how about I just cut the meat off? You can have the bone. I'll just cut the meat off. And this also solved some co-threats over here, which was nice. And then, watch this. Watch this beautiful moment, y'all. Watch this beautiful, beautiful bamboozle. Cause, you know, opponent pushed, I blocked, they pushed, I block. What do you think they're gonna do now? What do you think they're gonna do now? After P7? They played this one. And once again, I'm like... Because... it doesn't work. Oh, that's wonderful. It's wonderful. Beautiful bamboozle. This one. So happy. So happy. My take on M1? Yeah, AI says I should have taken H1. You're right. You're right, Paragirl. You're right. He bamboozled himself. True. It's true. But I think because I lost my warm-up game with this opponent, I effed with his mind a little bit. I think it effed with his mind just enough that he didn't take me seriously. He blundered. Hard blunder, yeah. But you're right, I should have taken on H1. Your opponent are sad, yeah. He gonna keep trying, though. He gonna keep trying. Honestly, letting white live and getting 2 moves elsewhere looks good enough. It might be. Clacky says, sometimes I beat 1 Dons. This is how. Hey, I beat a 3 Don in this tournament, y'all. I beat a 3 Don in this tournament. It was amazing. But yeah, he gonna keep trying. Just for a little while. Y'all, I need a quick little break, so I'm just gonna let this game run just for a little while. AGA 3-Don or real 3-Don? Nice. AGA 3-Don. AGA 3-Don. I'm gonna let this video just run for a little while. I'll be right back, because I need a quick little break. right. Back at it, back at it. So yeah, this is a really tough situation. After this, I was expecting something like this into here. And then I was worried after this. If they could maybe cut this group off somehow. Um, like they push here, right? Something like that. I was a little bit worried about this. I think I'm okay. But it did look scary. It looked scary. But I think I'm okay here. I was also kind of expecting them to like play here directly. And we take that, right? Yeah, I think we were okay there. There's still Q10. Hmm. Yeah. What else could white do here? Yeah, so this is, they pushed here, of course we block. And then the wedge was scary bears for me. After we block, I was considering something like this too. Like if it's like this, then they just then it's just over, right? So that would be really bad, so I can't play that way. I have to Atari from the outside. Have you read J11 instead of blocking? J. Ooh, I didn't read that. J11 is nicer though. Oh, I should have thought of that. The push out, then they cut here though. Which is probably fine. Cut here, cut there. No, yeah, that would have worked too. That would have worked too. Good eye, Paragirl. Hey, Soroiwa! How you doing? Paragirl says, we had a Taiwanese Tudon visit us a few years ago. He lost against me. You were 2Q at the time, 100% of our games. Oh, wow. You played 10 games? Wow. Oh, wow. And then after this, the sequence got really easy for me. Just because I have so much strength on the outside, and any cuts are good for me after I take this Panuki. But I did take a little bit of time just to try and figure it out, just to make sure. But yeah, black just take, squeeze, this, cut, and it's like, this is pretty much exactly how the game went. I was reading something like this. And then I just have ways to connect somewhere, right? Why take and not M10? Yeah, I guess that works too. I think I just felt this was good enough. It was the one I could read out. Or the one I thought of, and it worked. I guess I just played it because it worked. Ah, okay, M10 seems simpler because you keep everything connected, right? Yeah, that's fair too. And now I think White's just looking for a place to resign. I mean, I'm sure he can read this out, right? I did almost blunder here, though. They almost lived here. They almost lived. Yeah, he's kind of killing his top right in the process. It's a little painful. This is not an ideal situation for White at all. No hope. Seems not. Seems not. Think he's gonna play 5 or 6 more moves and then the game is over. Is the upper right White able to live? Probably not at this point. I was really thinking about, like, if White took this kind of peep, you know, and then did something like this, is that enough to maybe, you know, come back to the left? I mean, not after this, but it feels like it might be enough to make a living shape. Maybe? I mean, it's really hard pressed to do so, though, right? It's tough. It's tough. White probably only has one eye here. Then I was looking at something like this, right? I mean, that would be 2 eyes, actually. That would actually be 2 eyes. Actually, that's all they need to do. Oh, right. So we just go here then, first. We go here to take away the 2 eyes. If they do this. Yep, and then if they try this, that's when we push once. Oh no, they're still alive. Yeah, they can live. They might be able to live. They might be able to live. Okay, so this is where I almost bite it. Because they Atari and I was like, oh no! But lucky for me, that is a false eye.